You know what's shocking? That beautiful top hanging in your closet right now could be adding 10 years to your appearance. I'm not talking about worn-out clothes or outdated patterns. I'm talking about pieces you probably bought recently, thinking they'd make you look elegant and polished. But here's what nobody tells you. Certain styles have an expiration date, and after 60, some tops actually work against you instead of for you. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on 7 tops that stylish women over 60 have quietly stopped wearing. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why. Trust me, number 5 is probably sitting in your drawer right now, and it's doing you absolutely no favors. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Ageless Beauty, where we celebrate looking fabulous without emptying our wallets. For those of you joining us for the first time, I'm so glad you found us. This channel is all about real practical style advice for women who refuse to become invisible after 60. We're building a community of confident, elegant women who know that age is just a number, and style is forever. If you've been with us before, welcome back. Your support means the world, and I love reading your comments every single week. Now, before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you find even one helpful tip in today's video, show some love by hitting that like button. It helps more women discover this community. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our weekly style tips. We've got some incredible content coming your way, and you won't want to miss it. Alright, let's get into these 7 tops you need to rethink. Here's something interesting. The fashion industry loves to tell us what to wear, but they rarely tell us what not to wear. And that's where most of us get stuck. We fill our closets with pieces that looked amazing on the mannequin or the model, but somehow they just don't translate the same way on us. The truth is, our bodies change, our skin changes, and what flattered us at 40 might not serve us at 60. But don't worry, this isn't about limitation. It's about liberation. When you know what doesn't work, you make room for what does. You save money, time, and most importantly, you step out every day feeling absolutely radiant. So let's talk about these 7 tops that deserve a second thought. Number 1. The ultra-high turtleneck. Now I know what you're thinking. Turtlenecks are classic, right? They're sophisticated, they're timeless. And you're absolutely correct, but here's the catch. I'm talking specifically about those super tight, ultra-high turtlenecks that creep right up to your chin and cling to your neck like a second skin. Here's why this matters. As we age, the skin on our neck naturally becomes thinner and develops more texture. That's not a flaw, that's just life. But when you wrap a tight fabric around that area, it actually draws attention to every single line and creates a bunching effect that's unflattering. It's like putting a spotlight on the one area most of us feel a bit self-conscious about. Plus, let's be honest about comfort. These high turtlenecks can feel restrictive. They make you constantly aware of your neck, and that's not the kind of presence we want to carry around. So what's the alternative? Try a relaxed mock neck instead. It gives you that elegant, covered look without the strangling sensation. Or go for a beautiful scoop neck or V-neck, which actually elongates your neckline and draws the eye to your face instead of stopping at your neck. You can layer with scarves or delicate necklaces to add interest. The key is choosing pieces that skim rather than squeeze. Remember, elegance is about ease, and nothing looks elegant when it looks uncomfortable. Number 2. The shapeless oversized tunic. Oh, this one's tricky because tunics can be wonderful. The problem starts when we choose tunics that are completely shapeless, with no structure whatsoever, thinking they'll hide our bodies. But here's the secret the fashion world doesn't always share. Hiding your shape doesn't make you look slimmer. It actually makes you look larger and unintentionally frumpy. Think about it. When you wear something that's just a straight rectangle of fabric from shoulder to hip, it obscures your entire silhouette. There's no waist definition, no sense of proportion. Your body gets lost in all that fabric, and instead of looking effortlessly chic, you end up looking like you're drowning in your clothes. The irony is that many of us choose these pieces because we want to feel comfortable and covered, which is totally valid. But comfort doesn't have to mean sacrificing style. Here's what works better. Look for tunics that have subtle waist shaping, maybe a gentle taper or strategic seaming. You don't need something tight, just something that acknowledges you have a waist. Or try the French tuck, where you partially tuck the front of your tunic into your pants or skirt. This creates a focal point and breaks up that boxy silhouette. Another brilliant trick is to add a long cardigan or lightweight jacket over your tunic, but keep it open. This creates vertical lines that elongate your body and add structure without adding bulk. And if you love the ease of tunics, pair them with slim-fit bottoms to create balance. When your top is loose, your bottom should have more definition and vice versa. The goal isn't to squeeze into anything, it's to create a silhouette that looks intentional and polished. Number 3. The horizontal stripe boat neck. Stripes are classic. We all know this. But when you combine horizontal stripes with a boat neck, something interesting happens, and not in a good way. This combination creates a visual effect that makes your shoulders look broader and your neck look shorter. It's all about lines and where they lead the eye. A boat neck cuts straight across your shoulders right at the widest point. Then you add horizontal stripes, which naturally widen anything they're placed on. Together, they create this broad, compressed look across your upper body. If you already have broader shoulders or a shorter neck, this style amplifies those features instead of balancing them. Now, I'm not saying throw out all your striped tops. Stripes can actually be incredibly flattering when done right. The key is in the neckline and the direction. Try vertical stripes instead, or diagonal stripes, both of which create a slimming, elongating effect. If you love horizontal stripes, pair them with a V-neck or scoop neck instead of a boat neck. That downward angle created by a V-neck counterbalances the horizontal lines and draws the eye toward your face. And here's a little styling secret. If you have a striped boat neck top that you absolutely love, layer a long pendant necklace over it. That vertical line interrupts the horizontal pattern and creates better visual balance. Or throw on a structured blazer that breaks up the stripe pattern across your torso. Fashion is really just geometry when you think about it. Understanding how lines and shapes work together is the difference between an outfit that makes you glow and one that falls flat. Before we continue, I want to hear from you. Which of these tops do you have in your closet right now? Drop a comment below and let me know. I read every single comment, and I love learning what resonates with you. And if you're finding this helpful so far, please hit that like button. It truly helps this video reach more women who need to see it. We're building something special here, and you're part of it. Now let's talk about number 4. And this one might surprise you. Number 4. The tiny cap sleeve t-shirt. Cap sleeves seem innocent enough. They're feminine, they're delicate, they show just a hint of arm. But here's the problem. Cap sleeves typically end at the widest part of your upper arm, and that creates an unflattering cutting effect that actually makes your arms look heavier than they are. It's like drawing a line right across the fullest part of your arm and saying, "Look here." When fabric cuts off at a wider point, it emphasizes that width. Plus, as our arms naturally lose some firmness over the years, that little sleeve can sometimes create a bunching or pulling effect that's just not flattering. And let's talk about proportion. Cap sleeves are tiny, which can make the rest of your body look larger by comparison. It's that same principle of balance we discussed earlier. So what should you wear instead? 3/4 sleeves are absolutely magical for women over 60. They end at the most flattering part of your forearm, they're sophisticated, and they provide coverage without adding bulk. If you prefer short sleeves, look for sleeves that end just above your elbow, which is typically a narrower, more flattering point on your arm. Sleeveless can also be stunning, especially when you layer with a lightweight cardigan or kimono that you can take on and off as needed. This gives you options and control over how much arm you want to show. Another great option is the flutter sleeve or bell sleeve, which schemes over the upper arm without cutting into it. These styles add movement and grace while keeping everything soft and flowing. The key takeaway here is that where your sleeve ends matters just as much as the sleeve itself. That end point should enhance, not detract. Number 5. The completely sheer blouse without built-in layering. Now, I love a beautiful sheer fabric. There's something romantic and elegant about it. But here's where it gets complicated. A fully sheer blouse with nothing built-in creates a styling challenge that most of us don't need in our lives. First, you have to find the perfect camisole or tank to wear underneath, which means coordinating colors and making sure nothing bunches or shows through awkwardly. Then you're dealing with 2 layers, which can be bulky and warm. And let's be real, sometimes those thin straps peek out, or the hem of your underlayer shows at the bottom, and the whole thing just looks unfinished. But the bigger issue is proportion and visual weight. When you layer a sheer piece over another piece, you're adding bulk to your torso without adding any structure. Everything becomes diffused and unclear. There's no focal point, no clean lines. What's better? Look for tops with strategic sheer panels instead of complete sheerness. Maybe sheer sleeves with a solid bodice, or a solid body with a sheer yoke. This gives you that elegant feminine touch without the hassle of layering. Or choose tops with built-in camisoles or lining. These are genius because you get the visual interest of sheer fabric, but it's already done for you. No extra layering needed, no figuring out what goes underneath. If you do love a truly sheer piece, try pairing it with a sleek matching camisole in a way that looks intentional, almost like a two-piece set. Make it part of the design rather than trying to hide the fact that you're layering. The goal is effortless elegance. And nothing feels effortless when you're fussing with multiple layers every time you move. Number 6. The cropped boxy top. Okay, this one's everywhere right now. Crop tops are having a major moment in fashion. But here's the truth. They're designed for a very specific body type and age range, and they're incredibly unforgiving if you're not in that narrow category. A cropped boxy top does two things that don't work for most women over 60. First, it cuts your torso at the widest point, usually right at your natural waist or even at your ribcage, which creates a stumpy, shortened appearance. Second, the boxy shape adds width without any waist definition, which can make your midsection look larger. And let's talk about practicality. Every time you lift your arms or move around, you're worrying about whether your skin is showing. That's not the kind of confidence we're looking for. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but I like showing a little midriff when I'm in my yoga clothes. And that's totally different. I'm talking about everyday wear. About pieces marketed as fashionable tops that are supposed to work for real life. What's the alternative? Look for tops that hit at your hip bone or just below. This is universally flattering because it creates a long, lean line without cutting you in half. If you love the relaxed, boxy fit, choose that style in a longer length. You get the same casual, effortless vibe without the awkward proportions. Tunic length is also beautiful, especially when paired with leggings or slim pants. And if you want to create some waist definition with a boxy top, use a belt at your natural waist over the top. This pulls in the fabric slightly and creates shape while keeping that relaxed feel. Remember, fashion trends come and go, but flattering proportions are forever. Don't sacrifice your silhouette for a trend that wasn't designed with you in mind. Number 7. The fussy, over-embellished statement top. There's a fine line between interesting and overwhelming, and this last one crosses that line. I'm talking about tops that have everything. Sequins, beading, appliques, multiple patterns, ruffles, bows, and every embellishment the designer could think of, all on one garment. Here's the thing about over-embellished tops. They wear you instead of you wearing them. The clothes become the star, and you fade into the background. Your face, your personality, your natural beauty all take a back seat to this busy, loud garment. Plus, these tops often look dated quickly. What feels like a statement piece today can look costume-like or trying too hard within a season. And that's not even mentioning the practicality issues. Heavy embellishments add weight to fabric, making it hang awkwardly. They're difficult to care for. They can be uncomfortable against your skin. The real issue is that true elegance is about restraint. It's about choosing one or two interesting elements and letting them shine, not throwing everything at the wall and hoping something works. So what should you choose instead? Look for tops with one intentional detail. Maybe it's a beautiful neckline, or an interesting sleeve, or a subtle texture in the fabric. Perhaps it's a single color that makes your skin glow, or a simple but elegant print. Think about icons of style. Audrey Hepburn, Grace Kelly, Diane Keaton. They're not remembered for wearing busy, over-the-top pieces. They're remembered for simple, elegant choices that let their natural beauty shine through. If you love a bit of sparkle, choose a top with subtle metallic threading or a delicate beaded neckline, not something that looks like a disco ball. If you love color, choose a vibrant solid rather than competing prints. Less is truly more, especially when you want to look sophisticated and timeless. Let your face be the focal point, not your clothes. So there you have it, 7 tops that might be holding you back from looking your absolute best. But here's what I want you to understand. This isn't about rules for the sake of rules. This is about making choices that serve you, that make you feel confident, radiant, and comfortable in your own skin. Fashion should be fun, not stressful. And when you know what works for your body right now, getting dressed becomes a joy instead of a challenge. Let's quickly recap what we've covered today. We talked about ultra-high turtlenecks that draw attention to neck texture, shapeless oversized tunics that hide your figure, horizontal stripe boat necks that broaden and shorten, tiny cap sleeves that cut at unflattering points, completely sheer blouses that require too much fussing, cropped boxy tops that disrupt your proportions, and overly embellished statement pieces that overwhelm your natural beauty. The common thread here? Each of these tops fights against your natural elegance instead of enhancing it. And the beautiful thing is, once you understand these principles, you can shop smarter, save money, and build a wardrobe that makes you feel amazing every single day. Your style at 60 and beyond should be about confidence, ease, and celebrating exactly who you are right now. Now, I'd love to know which of these 7 tops resonated with you the most. Are you guilty of wearing any of them? Be honest, we're all learning together. Drop a comment below and let's continue this conversation. Your experiences help other women in our community, so please share. And if you found this video helpful, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to Ageless Beauty if you haven't already, and click the notification bell so you never miss our weekly style tips. We've got so much more coming your way, including what you should wear instead of these 7 tops, so stay tuned for that. Share this video with a friend who might need to hear this message. Let's help each other look and feel our best, without spending a fortune doing it. Remember, beautiful souls, aging is a privilege, and looking fabulous while doing it is your right. Style has no age limit, and you deserve to feel confident and elegant every single day. Don't let anyone, including the fashion industry, tell you otherwise. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Until next week, keep shining, keep smiling, and keep being the absolutely radiant woman you are. This is Ageless Beauty, and I'll see you in the next video.